Hi, my name is Sean Mitchell. I'm a Quality Assurance and Regulatory Affairs Specialist here at Starfish Medical. And today I'd like to talk to you about regulatory compliance for part and component device manufacturing. So the first thing we want to talk about is really understanding the regulatory market that your product is going to serve. So if you're building a device for a very specific market in a very well-defined geographic region, well, that's one thing. If on the other hand, you're looking at regulatory compliance for your device on a global scale, then that gets much more complicated. There's many other regulatory compliance requirements that could come into play. For example, RoHS is a hazardous materials requirement for printed circuit boards. There is a requirement that is typically done in North America, used in North America and Europe, but then China has their own version. So if you're going to be looking at those markets, you need to think about, do I have to look at one? Do I have to look at both? You know, what is the requirement there? So you really need to understand that. The other thing we want to think about is once your device is approved and for sale in the marketplace, is how are you going to maintain the ongoing compliance? You know, regulations change, chemicals are studied and found to be problematic and get phased out in certain manufacturing environments. So you need to think about your supplier knocks on your door and says, hey, you know, this chemical has become end of life. So we're going to have to update this part. What does that mean for your part design? What does that mean for the compliance of your product or your device on the marketplace, and how you manage that? So you need to have a plan in place for when that inevitability happens, when that call comes. It's not a static thing that just happens once and goes away. It evolves over time, so we need to make sure that we have a plan in place for that. So for this and many other topics, you can read about it on my blog at our website, starfishmedical.com.